All right, testing 1 2, test.
All right, testing 1 2, test.
Okay, we should be good. All right, so hey, it happens, right? But it happened twice this week, so I'm gonna have to really find out what's going on here. Have to do a checkup with the computer. All right, so where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the SBI, right? So let's go to the SBI, and let's go to the sports betting index. I'm gonna show you guys something that I've noticed this morning when I was doing my research. So let's go to Major League Baseball. Yeah, your audio went, Kyrie. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. My audio went. All right. So take a look here at the last 2 days in baseball. The SBI, right? So 21 and 10. Now, yesterday, the favorites went 7 and 4. But you're probably saying, okay, Ron, how do I know which favorites to take, though, right? Because we're looking for, we want to bet on favorites after the underdogs had their day. Now, this day here went 10 and 7, but we don't know if the next day is going to be a favorite day, right? But that's the thing of being choosy. And is that a new word now I just made? Choosy? Hey, you got to be selective in when you are betting favorites, right? So take a look yesterday of the games. Now, what I'm looking for are B and A type teams and that are favorites. So yesterday, the A and B type teams that were favorites were San Diego. They won. Seattle, in the first game when Marco Gonzalez went, he won. He was a B-type team. The only loss was Chicago White Sox, and that was my top play, one of my top plays at ATS. I had 2 plays yesterday in baseball. It was Chicago and Oakland. Unfortunately, Lance Lynn, he pitched well. He just didn't get no run support. So they were a favorite yesterday. Seattle, again, they won. And Kansas City and the Dodgers. So if you played and if you followed this system, and you want to play on a favorite after an underdog day, 5 and 1 yesterday. So not a bad way to, they stay in the stock market, right? You buy low, you sell high. Well, after the underdogs win, all right, now we buy low, and then that's when we take the favorites. And that's why I always play on B and A type teams. So this way, it works out for you, right? So that's something I want to watch. A little betting tip that it's a good way to how to use the markets, right? People are always probably saying, okay, he shows the SBI. How do I use it? How do I use his sports betting index as a member? And that's a good way to use it, right? And track. And this is why I always say you got to track what's coming in. You got to see what the markets are telling you, right? The markets will tell you when it's a good day to wager on the favorites. Now, looking at yesterday, 64% of the favorites came in, but on the 7-day average, 52.6, 47.4. Now, keep in mind, look at the year to date, 52.1% of the favorites. And if we go to the NHL, that's the other money line sports, and we'll take a look at the NBA, 63.9 in the NHL, but the NBA, look at this. 64.9. So it was 71 on the 7-day average. So 64.9 year to date in the NBA, and NHL, what did we say? 64, 63. So if we're using the NBA and the NHL as a gauge, then the baseball's got a little bit of work to do, right? So be careful. Be careful if you are betting Major League Baseball, because if you're using the NBA and the NHL as a gauge on favorites to win straight up, they're at 64%. We're only still at 52.1. So this tells me that the underdogs are still who's who in the zoo type thing. Bookmakers are still adjusting, and you got to be careful. But there will come a time where you're going to see the favorites just go on an absolute crazy bull run, and that's where you want to check out the SBI. And that's how you use it. That's how you use the SBI. All right. Let's go to, where was I here? We did the NBA. Let's go to Major League Baseball. I'm going to take a look at a couple of games. Now, here's the teams I was telling you guys about. I was telling you guys about the system. So let's take a look at the system here today. And the system is this. like NBA earlier this season. Let me see here. Well, let me catch up to the conversation, Isaiah. They can't stop us. Yeah, they can't stop us. We're back on. Beat the bookies. Me too, Cheeks. Nice. We all need it all to cover. Just bet dogs in Major League Baseball this year early. Yeah, absolutely. Like NBA earlier this season. Exactly. That's exactly it. Because, eventually, things will work its way through, right? But you got to pick your spots as plant-based. And that's why I always say you got to know what's coming in. But less is more. And it's just you got to find a system. I said it at the top of the show. The sports betting is a grind. It's not a one-day thing. It's not a one-week thing. If you're in this for the long run, you gotta, we all want to make money. But I think the mentality of the gamblers, they want to make money now, right? The gambler doesn't want to chip away. He doesn't want to look at it like a mutual fund or a stock investment, right? He just wants it now. He wants to get rich now. He wants to go through the drive-through and get those 20 Big Macs right now. Hey, you got to chip away. You got to chip away at this thing. That's the fun part, right? Like I always say, you got to enjoy the process. If you don't enjoy the process, then you're doing it wrong. All right. So taking a look at our system. So favorites, first game of a series, coming off a win, 11-3. 11-3. I need baseball betting blues shirt. Ed's got the baseball betting blues. Yeah, we need 10,000. See, once we get to 10,000 followers or subscribers, then I can start getting that T-shirt app, right? But yeah, maybe got to work with a T-shirt company, right? We get a lot of good T-shirt ideas. I got the I was getting the baseball betting blues too, but last night was all right. All right, let me see. 20 big match might just kill you, Ron. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying. Hey, unless you're a Tim Hortons guy, whatever. Drive-through. I'm trying to use the drive-through analogy, right? They want it now. All right, so here's the systems tonight, guys. That in baseball that I'm looking at that I think I've already circled down 3 baseball plays that I'm looking at that I will probably hammer here today. Now, using that system, Major League Baseball that are favorites, first game of the series coming off a win. The systems include Atlanta, but I'm not going to touch Atlanta because they're a C-type team. And you know my theory on C-type teams, right? Like an old high school sweetheart, you know they're going to break your heart. The other one is San Francisco. Yeah, it's a San Francisco treat. The San Francisco 49ers, yeah. Giants, A bullish, 8-4 in the season. They're a minus 129 favorite at the time that I printed this. Anthony DeScalafini going tonight against Miami. The scrappy Marlins. Daniel Castano going for the Marlins. So the Giants fit our system here. So I'm going to give the Giants a look here. We have the Texas Rangers. Now, Texas minus 121. They fit the system, but because they're a C-type team, I won't bet them. Milwaukee. Adrian Hauser going today for the Brew Crew up against Pittsburgh. And Milwaukee, 7-5, B-type team. So Milwaukee makes the cut. So right now, San Fran, Milwaukee are teams that I'm looking at. And the New York Mets, but minus 255, A bullish. But the thing is with the New York Mets, only 5-3. So they haven't played 10 games yet. And I like to normally wait till a team gets 10 games in the standings before I label them or a trustworthy team, right? And the last one is the LA Dodgers. LA Dodgers, I think Dodgers have great value tonight. Minus 145. Minus 145 against the Padres. Walker Buehler's day off. And San Diego, let me see. San Diego, somebody said, Cardinals. Let me see. Cardinals against Philadelphia. No, I have the Cardinals as a underdog. Do you guys see the Cardinals as a favorite? Rashad says Cardinals, but I thought I thought St. Philadelphia was the favorite in that game. Yeah, unless you're just talking about you like the Cardinals as the play tonight, and that's what you're talking about, maybe. Hurry, Cheeks. Yes, Cards. Let me see. Cardinals, Giants get it done today. Got to run, be back, says Isaiah. Cards. We're talking who's the dog of the day, Ron. The dog of the day. So what in which sports, plant-based? Which sport? So I'm looking at St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals, no, plus 120. So they don't fit this system. Yeah, the Cardinals don't fit the system. Still waiting on the... Okay, New York Yankees finally listed a price. 154 against Tampa Bay. The Rays have absolutely owned the Yankees. You know what? I got a feeling if the New York Yankees don't win 2 of 3 on the weekend, you're gonna probably see a shakeup in New York because they won't they won't settle for mediocrity in New York, right? The Yankees, especially if the Mets go like 3-0 in Colorado, and New York wants the front page of the sports media in the big city, right? Yankees run line for me. I'm not touching the Yankees. I'm all over the Rays. But Major League Baseball, the underdog play of the day. So I'll be honest with you, and I think I'm not going to be making because every morning I get up and I do those videos for the YouTube channel, but I feel like I'm forcing those plays when I'm doing my picks on Major League bullpenpicks.com. So I'm going to be doing my picks in the afternoon now. Probably going to hurt a bit of my subscriber base in search engine stuff but at the end of the day, I can't. It's just you can't suck on owning the site and doing your baseball picks. You can't suck, right? You gotta be up there. And plus, I don't I play for wins. I don't play for anybody who knows me that I'm very competitive. And anytime that I do something, I gotta put in the effort. But I just felt doing the baseball picks early for videos purposes only doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So I won't be doing my videos. I'll probably do it after lunch, after I handicap all the games. But you'll be able to follow my plays at bullpenpicks.com for baseball. All right, somebody was asking me for underdog play of the day. Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay right now is probably going to be my you got Waka here. Let me see here. New York Yankees. Michael Wacha. Wacha is going for Tampa Bay. I don't know who's going for the Yankees yet. I know they had Deivi Garcia and King maybe. But if you guys know who's starting for the Yankees, let me know. Just throw it there in the bullpen. All right, let me check out the bullpen, see what you guys are. What's the system again? So this John X says, what's the system again? Are you talking about baseball, John X? And if you are here, let me type it down in the bullpen. So if you're watching the replay, and this way you can see it on the replay. So favorites, first game of a series, first game of a series, current season, coming off a win. 11-3 straight up so far, year to date. So I just wrote it down. So favorites, first game of a series, current season, coming off a win. 11-3 straight up this year to date. So keep an eye out on those teams here tonight. We got a lot of them. So a lot of first games. So you got Atlanta, San Fran, Texas, Milwaukee, New York Mets, and the Dodgers. Pretty solid teams. And again, if you have some type of some way you elimination of process of elimination of your fundamentals of handicapping, then you could probably weed that down to maybe 1 or 2 plays, right? All right, let's take a look at San Fran. We'll use the rain report here against the Scrappy Marlins. Hey, isn't that a perfect name? This shouldn't be Miami. It should be like Scrappy Marlins because all they do is fight. They're a good team. They're a fun team to watch. You always respect teams that don't mail it in, right? And the Miami Marlins, they don't mail it in. They fight every inning. And Marte, one of my favorite players. I love Sterling Marte. Now, the Giants, a 129 favorite here this evening. The over-under is set at 8.5. Forecast, going to lean with the Marlins on the computer pick. 4.59, 3.9. The over-under at 8.49. The Giants, 7-3 in their last 10 games. Look at this. Remember I talked about the Giants last week? 9-1 to the under, but that's because every game's like 3-2. It was really crazy. So Nick Nelson probable for the Yankees. All right, thank you, Bo Jackson. Appreciate that. 4-6 to the under for the Marlins. And looking at the DMVI. DMVI stands for Daily Market Value Index. And we had them at plus 101 on the road. Now, because the season's still early, the lines will be a little bit out of whack because San Fran hasn't played a lot of road games yet. And or have they? No, they played 6. Okay, so we had the Giants at plus 101. So you can see they're overvalued here tonight, and which could be a good thing, right? And 137 for the Marlins, and it's plus 119. And the chance of winning does favor Miami at 46%. That's on the percentage play. And the Kogels at 50%. The Giants on a 2-game win streak. And they're bullish on the on a 3-day bullish chart right here. And let me see here. On the season, 3-3 on the road, 5-1 at home. Miami might be a good play on the Giants tonight, guys. 1-5 at home. So they don't do well here in Miami. Yeah, Mattingly, great coach. Absolutely. Don Mattingly. Hey, you know what? Look what he did last year. He brought that team to the playoffs, and no one expected Miami Marlins to be there, right? No, Mattingly, and hey, look where he played. He played for the Dodgers. The Yankees. So he's used to winning, right? Winners win. I say it all the time. Even in coaching football or players, you follow players and just, everywhere they go, they win, right? Same thing with winners. Winners win. Winners know how to win because they don't know how to lose. And once they do lose, then they won't be there long because they'll have enough of the losing attitude. So the last time these two teams met was in 2019. That's a long time ago. Was a 2-1 victory here. Let me see. It was a 3-game series here. Yeah, so a 3-game series, 13, 14, 15. And it was a win for the Giants. So they won 2 of 3 the last time they met in 2019. But that's 2019. That's a long time ago. Take a look at some of the stats on this game. Maybe the under might be worth a look here too. Miami 1-6 in April at home. 0-4 versus NL conference opponents. 1-5 coming off a loss during the night game. 1-6. Yep, Giants look like the play here tonight, guys. The Giants might be the play of the day. All right, let's go to the NHL. The NHL, and this is what happens, right? When you get NBA, you get Major League Baseball, NHL, you got a lot of things going right now. So I'm going to give you guys the computer picks here tonight, and then I'm going to handicap one game, and then I'm going to take a look at the 80% club, and that will be a wrap here today for a Freaky Friday. All right, and I'll let you guys pick the game you guys want me to handicap for you guys. There's a lot of good games. Calgary-Montreal is a good game. Islanders-Boston's a good game. And you guys let me know which game you want me to handicap tonight. All right, Calgary taking on the Canadiens. We got the Flames here on a 3-game win streak. We got them winning 2.95, 2.8. The over-under at 5.75. So it does like it to go over the total. We got the Islanders taking on the Bruins. Big win for Boston last night. Now, this is interesting, right? You got a back-to-back game situation in Boston, and the Islanders 4-1. The Islanders are good at home, but they're a little Jekyll and Hyde, right? They're Jekyll at home, but they hide on the road. And right now, they're not. Last 6 games for the Islanders have gone under, so that tells me they're not scoring a lot of goals. And Boston finally getting some goals here. We got the Bruins winning again, 2.94, 2.61. The over/under at 5.5. San Jose taking on Minnesota. The Wild coming off a 5-2 win over Arizona. We got the Wild winning this one, 3.1 to 2.5. The over/under at 5.7. Colorado and the Kings. We got the Avs winning 3.2 to 2.4. The over/under at 5.74. Edmonton, Vancouver, that postponed. And Vegas, minus 250 favorite, over/under at 5.5. We got the Golden Knights, 3.23, 2.61. The over/under at 5.84. So we have this one going over the total. And again, take a look at the SBI here for the hockey. SBI stands for Sports Betting Index. This is like my Dow Jones of the sports betting world. This is where I get my feel of the markets. And again, looking at the remember I said after a trade deadline, watch out for favorites because they normally go on a run. And look at that, 4-2, 4-2, 5-4. Let's see this weekend though. Saturday, I know the Saturdays have been a big test, right? The Saturdays have been a big test. Let me see the Saturdays here. So the Saturdays, so we're the 10th and the 3rd. So let me see. The 10th was a Saturday, 6-4. The 3rd, 6-5. And what was the other one? Let me take a look at the last one in March. 27-20. So let me see. 27, see? 7-4 and 20. Oh, look at this one. 11-2. All right. So, but I don't know, for some reason, just something I noticed the last couple of weeks. Favorites on weekends haven't done well. But look at that. 5-4, 4-2. So a 3-day run on favorites. The trade deadline was right there, right? Keep an eye out. I'm just saying, I just know from experience, anytime a trade deadline or an all-star break, favorites go on these crazy, crazy runs. 7-2 to the under last night. And we are still neutral in the 7-day average for the overs. So 47.1% of the games have gone over the total the last 7 days, 52.9 to the under. All right, which game did you guys want me to handicap for tonight? Islanders and Boston. All right, let's do that one. Let's go to the Islanders and the Boston Bruins. I'm going to bring up my goalie site, see which starting goalie that we're probably looking at. I know Tuukka Rask is back, so that's good news for the Bees. And let's take a look here at the starting lineup. So Jeremy Swayman is confirmed for tonight, so I don't like that. Ilya Sorokin. Sorokin, to me, is who was in nets for the Islanders last night? Was Varlamov, right? Sorokin, to me, looks like he's been playing better. The Islanders play better when Sorokin's in net, so right there, I like the goalie matchup favoring the Islanders. But, the one thing with the Islanders, they got to start getting that power play going. Man, that power play is absolutely dreadful to watch. I was watching them play Philadelphia a couple of nights ago, and they had a 5-minute power play, and they couldn't get a shot on goal. It was like, guys, man, are you serious right now? You're like one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference, and you can't even get a shot on goal on a 5-on-4 power play with 5 minutes. Like, well, what's up? I think Barry Trotz has got his work cut up for him there. All right, let me see here. 120 is the price tag here on the Bruins. The over/under 5. What was the price yesterday? The price on the Bruins yesterday, 116. So we're in the same ballpark here. But remember, the public's always going to remember the last game, right? So right now, the betting public is, hey, Boston won last night. They're going to kill them tonight. Not so fast, my friends. 2.61, 2.94. The over/under at 5.5. Looking at the Bruins and the Islanders' last 10 games, 6-4 straight up, 3-7 on the puck line for New York, 4-6 on the puck line. And I think my dog's going to start barking now because some of the Pure Later is coming out the door. So you're going to get an early Rusty here, I think, in a couple of minutes. A little Rusty barking here. Chance of winning, 52% for the Islanders and 39% for the Boston Bruins. Looking at the chance of winning, the Kogo is at, 73% chance of this game going over the total tonight. But again, if you look at the Islanders, 18-4 at home, but 9-12 on the road. That's what concerns me right there. Look at their over/under record on the road, 17-4. Wow, I just how did I not see this? 17-4 to the under. That's crazy. And then if you look at Boston, 12-9. But the one thing with Boston, they're very inconsistently average. 12-9, 11-9, and 8-13 to the over/under at home. And when Boston's at home against A-type teams, let me see the record here. 5-3 straight up, 3-5 in the puck line, 5-3 to the over. And the New York Islanders, wow, look at this. Anytime they face a team that's 50 to 59.9% in the standings, 2-6 straight up, and 2-6 to the under. So, man, the under might be worth. And with Sorokin in nets tonight, I do. I think the under. I gave you guys a warning, right? I knew Rusty was gonna go off here. Hey. Yeah, it's all right, Rusty. Come here. All right. Yeah. So there's the Rustinator right there. Hey, there's the old security system. All right. So looking at Boston, let me see here. They got Washington on deck, and the Islanders got Philly on deck next at Philly, and Boston's got Washington. So Boston has a little bit of a look-ahead situation here against the Capitals, and let me see their record. So anytime, so here's one thing we do at the Raymond Report. We always track what a team's record is before facing their next opponent, and they're 26-17 at home before facing Washington. So that, if you're a Bruins fan, that helps you here. And when the Islanders are on the road before playing the Flyers, 19-36. So that doesn't help. That's the indicators, right? So I don't base anything on one indicator, but again, using the law of average theory. But the thing that bothers me here is the Islanders are not scoring. Look at this, 1.8 goals for in the last 5 games. The goaltending's there. They're getting good goaltending. 2.4 goals against the last 5. And Boston, I want to take the Islanders here, but there's nothing showing me that they're worth taking unless the under. Look at the under, 17-4. If I'm going to play this game here tonight, guys, I think the under is, even though the percentage plays on the over, look at that, 73%. But how can you ignore this indicator? That indicator is almost like a trump card to me. When I see something like that, and if you look at the last couple of games, so 4-1, that went under, that went over, 4-3. 2-1 went under, 7-2 went over. That one went over, that one went under, that went under. Tough game. If I were to play this one, I'm not. I think the under is where I'd go. I think I'd still lean to the under. And I do like the fact that Sorokin's going to be in nets tonight. Boston playing 3 games in 4 nights. and they're 2-2 at home when they're playing 3-4. And for the Islanders, are they playing 3-4? Nope. Islanders 1-6 coming off a loss on the road. So yeah, Boston is if you're playing the side, I can't go against Boston here. I think Boston is the play, and because the Islanders' power play is just brutal, So I would lean towards the Boston Bruins and the under here tonight. All right, there you have it, guys. That's the rain report today for a Friday, a freaky Friday, and it is Calgary, Montreal. Okay, Calgary, Montreal. Let's take a look at Calgary against the Habs. Now, let me see who the starting goalie is tonight for the Jacob Markstrom against Jake Allen. Now, Montreal is running through a lot of injury problems right now. They just called up another goalie from their Laval team, the Rockets, their farm team. And looking at the injuries right now, Gallagher, he's out for the year. Chariot, they need Chariot back for the playoffs. Hopefully he can come back for the playoffs, but I doubt it. He's got a hand... the fight. Remember that stupid fight? There's fights that you take and fights you don't take. That was a fight you don't take. Montreal needs to get... they got the players. But for some reason, Calgary always plays Montreal pretty tough, right? And Calgary's on a good run right now. You look at the Flames on a 3-game winning streak. The line here does favor Montreal, 135. The over-under at 5.5. We got Calgary winning 2.95 to 2.8. The over-under at 5.75. And, Jake Allen, Markstrom. Markstrom's been a pretty good goaltender. Good acquisition for the Calgary Flames. And again, the Flames, since the Sutter coaching change, they're very streaky, that's one thing I'm noticing. They're going a 4-game win streak, 3-game lose streak. 3-game win streak, but the thing is, when is that win streak going to finish, right? Markstrom is 15-14 on the year, 2.82 goals against average. And, so Markstrom's pretty solid. So you got to give the edge to the Flames here tonight in the goaltending. But 4-6 in the last 10, a 3-game win streak could be the start of a good cycle. And Montreal at home against teams below 500, 3-5 straight up. And Calgary on the road, 4-5. Again, this is a tough game. 9-14 on the road. You would think Montreal in a nice bounce back situation. I just, right now they're not, it's tough. Calgary playing 3 games in 4 nights. They're 2-6 on the road. Yeah, maybe Montreal, 4-0 coming off an under, 6-4 coming off a loss, 5-2 coming off a home loss as a favorite. I'd have to give the edge to Montreal. I think if I'm going to play this game tonight, I probably go and lean with the Habs. I do like Montreal. All right, guys, that is the show for a Freaky Friday. Have yourself a great weekend. Again, if you're interested in the Rain Report membership, all you got to do is go to atsstats.com. And if you are interested in my premium picks, my best bets, you got to be a member to get the special discount price of $99 for the year. Guys, $99, you get my top plays each and every day, my 5-star best bets, and you can get them just by signing up here at atsstats.com. All right, guys, have yourself a great weekend. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. We'll see you back here on a Manic Monday.